Hi everyone, this is Petal is Bliss. I'm on here to tell you guys a little bit about the sickness that I have with my lungs, because I know I have a lot of new subscribers and not everyone is familiar why I'm wearing oxygen and stuff like that, and why I need a lung transplant, because I've done videos that tell you guys I'm waiting on a lung transplant. I just wanted to come on and let you guys know why and what's really wrong with me. Okay, back in 2009, December 2009, I was having a little trouble breathing, and I went to the hospital and they did some tests on me, and they found out that I'm sorry. They found out that I had a pulmonary aneurysm. That's a blood clot went to my lung. So they started treating me on blood thinners and stuff like that right away to help with that. And after I did that for a few months, I was still having trouble breathing. So they put me on to a lung specialist, and she went in and did a lung biopsy, where they went into my lung and took a piece and sent it to be tested. And when that came back, it came back that I had a lung disease called interstitial lung disease. And what that basically is the tissues of my lungs are dying, and they harden as they die, and they don't come back, and they don't have anything to help cure it and stuff like that. They only have medications to help treat you through the process, and the end result is you have to have a lung transplant. I need a double lung transplant. Some people with certain kind of sicknesses need one lung transplant. I have to have both, so I have to have a double lung transplant. And yeah, so when I found out that I was sick with this disease, I was like, why? I said, I don't smoke, and why do I have this disease? And she said to me, it's not hereditary, and it's not caused by smoking. She said I could have got it from mold, from bacteria, particles in the air, and stuff like that. And they say 98% of the times they don't find out where you got it from. And a lot of people do have it, just that you don't know, I guess. But and since I've been going to Toronto General, I've met a lot of people with the same disease as me. And anyways, like I said, and so they had to stop me from working because I was a cook, which I love to do, but I can't do it anymore. So they had to stop me from working because at my work, the spices that we used, a lot of them were a lot of light kind of spices, not the spices like we use at home, more industrial spices, and a lot of them were light, and when you pour the spices, a lot of particles would fly up. So they said they don't know if it's something through the particles in the spices and stuff could have got in and did something to me, so therefore they had to remove me from the environment, because they can't have you in the environment for your sickness to keep reoccurring. So they stopped me from work. They had checked my house for mold and stuff like that, which I didn't have. So all that was okay with my home. But yeah, I had to stop from work, which was, it was kind of devastating. And after I got sick and I stopped working, it's when I got really depressed, because they had to start me on medicines and stuff, which they put me on a steroids named prednisone. And it made me gain weight. It made my face got big, which is not too bad now, because now she started me on a lower dosage of prednisone with another pill to help supplement the prednisone that she took away from me. But it made my face go down a bit, which is still a little bit puffy, but it went down a bit. And it's helping me to lose weight, because I need a lung transplant, and to get a lung transplant, you can't be too big, and you can't be too small either, but you can't be too big, and otherwise they won't do the surgery, because they said that they're not discriminating against people, but when they do the surgery on heavier set people, the end result is not good. The surgery goes okay, but then the end recovery is not good. So they want you to be a certain body mass to begin with to do the surgery. So I said okay, so I'm working towards that, which I'm doing good, I'm happy about that. I'm really happy about that. I have a few more pounds to go, but the grace of God, I will get there. I will get there. And what else? I'm on oxygen. I wasn't on oxygen at first. This December will be 4 years since I'm sick with this disease, and at first I went on oxygen last year, July, which this July gone was 1 year since I've been on oxygen, and because my lung is dying more and more, so now I need oxygen to help me breathe. Otherwise, I'm sorry. Otherwise, I'll pass out if I don't have it to help me. Cause my lungs are not sustaining my body with enough oxygen, so that's why I have to have this. And the noise you hear, I'm not sure if you hear it, but the noise you hear is the machine, my oxygen machine. I have one at home, but I'm in a house, so my machine is downstairs, and I have a long cord that goes all over the house, so you don't hear it when I'm at home. But here, my mom, she's in an apartment. She's in an apartment, sorry, and so we're all one level. So the machine is right over there, so you can hear it more louder. And so that's the noise you're hearing. You hear that? Sorry about that, but it's my machine that I need. And what else? With my surgery, with the lung transplant, it's very depressing, because somebody has to die for you to get the lungs, which is sad. Somebody has to die to help you, which I consider very sad. So you're happy and you're sad at the same time. And after you get the lung transplant, they try to keep you with your lungs as long as possible before the transplant, because after you get the transplant, they do surveys on people, and some people will live a year. Certain percentages live a year, certain percentages live 2 years, certain percentages live 5 years or more. So it's it's a very iffy situation, but it's just to help prolong your life, I guess they say, a little longer. And so all that too is very depressing. Yeah. And then with my disease also, you don't look sick. You don't look sick. You're dying inside, but you look good. Yeah, you look good. But it's okay. I'm coping with it, and I keep my spirits up. I try to look positive, because there is positive in every situation, and I look for the positive in every situation. That's what I do, and smile through it. That's what I try. Okay, what else can I tell you about my disease? I take about 8 different pills every day. I take them every morning. After my lung transplant, I'm going to take a lot more pills, because my body will try to reject the new organs that I will get, the new lungs. Although you need them to survive, your body says, well, it's a different DNA, a different organism, so your body will try to attack it. And so I'll be taking pills to help suppress my body from attacking the lungs. And so there'll be a lot of pills for me to take after the surgery, after I get it done. The Toronto General Hospital explain all this to you, and it's a long surgery. The surgery is going to be, I think they said 8 hours for the surgery. When I get it done, it's going to take 8 hours to get it done. And then shortly after the surgery, they say they get you up and walking. I'm like, okay. Yeah, but because they want your lungs, your body to be using the lungs. So after the surgery, they don't keep you bedridden for long. You have to get up, and we have to do therapy and stuff like that. And I'll be in the hospital for 2 weeks after the surgery. And yeah, so, and with the waiting list for the surgery, it's not first come first serve. With the lungs, it goes by your blood type, and it goes by the size of your chest, and if 2 people come up, like say they got a lung with my blood type, and there's also somebody else's blood type for that waiting on the lung also with me with the same blood type. So what they would do is look at me and that person and see which one is sicker, and whoever is more sicker, they'll get the lung first, and the one that's not as bad will wait so another one comes up. And the lungs that they use is from people who are on like life support, not somebody that meet in a car accident and die on the street, because the lungs have to be it can't be from somebody who's passed away, that's dead. The lungs have to be sustained. So it's mostly for people who they take these things from, which I didn't know, they take these things from people who are in like coma, they know you're brain dead, not coming out, and the family decides, okay, they're gonna cut the life support from that person, and the family decides that they want to donate their organs. That's how it goes. So which is sad. It's sad, you know, because to help me, I mean, somebody has to die. And yeah, so let me see, is there anything else? I don't want to leave anything out. Like I told you, I can't do things like you guys do things anymore, like I used to do things. I have to go at a slower pace, and I have a walker. Sorry, my phone. I have a walker that I have to use, because if I go walking long distance, I get tired. So I have to use the walker to push. And yeah, and you know, old people can be very cruel. I'd like to add this in. Old people can be very cruel, because I have a handicap sticker, so I park in the handicapped parking spots. And whenever they see me, they're like, I've got lots of times, why are you parked here? Move! You're using somebody else's sticker. Isn't that? I'm like, I said, do you have to be sick? I mean, do you have to be old to be sick? You know, especially when I didn't have the oxygen yet. When I didn't have this on my face and I'd park there. I said, do you have to be old to be sick? I said, are you my doctor? You can't tell me if I'm sick or if I'm not, and I'm not supposed to be parking here. I said, don't be like that. You know, they would argue with me. They would cuss me. Honestly, they would cuss me. And I just ignore them now. I totally ignore them. And even the other day, a lady was in a spot, and she got in her car like she was going to leave. And she was sitting there, and I said to her, excuse me, are you leaving? And she said to me, yes, I'm leaving, but it's handicap parking. And I said to her, can you tell I need to park there? And she goes, oh. I'm like, it's so ridiculous. They just look at me and like, you don't belong in here, you know. It's funny. It's funny, but old people are cruel. They are. When it comes to parking and their stuff, they are cruel. I've learned that. Anyways, I hope you guys learned a little bit about my sickness, and if there's anything else, or if there's any questions that you guys want to know, feel free to leave a comment below, and I will answer it. You know, I am not mean, and I will answer your questions. You know, because like you guys know a little bit about me. All right, thanks. Bye bye.